Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and this is the Locker Gnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short, your daily dose of tech news, gadget views, and answers that you can use. And I'm on location in Austin, Texas, here for South by Southwest, specifically to MC a party that I'm hosting with AMD tonight, and I've been posting that invitation all over Facebook and Twitter and Google+, so you shouldn't have missed it. I mean, at least the invitation for you to attend. I would like to have met you there, but even if you weren't able to come, that's okay. We're going to be capturing footage in the Pirillo vlog, and if you didn't notice the photo that I also posted to those networks, including Instagram, our vlog camera, when I turned it on this morning, it was dead. I mean, the screen is pretty much gone, and so I can't tell the battery life, if I've got a good shot, because there's no viewfinder on this digital camera. People suggested that I use my smartphone with me to record video footage, and I'd rather not, because when I'm on the go, I definitely like having as much juice as I can for communication, not just for recording video. I happen to have a spare digital camera on hand, so I will be able to continue to record the Pirillo vlogs. Do not worry. Some people were really freaking out. They were, hun. They were concerned, yeah, that we wouldn't be uploading a vlog, but no, that's not going to stop us. Crappy hotel internet's also not stopping me from recording videos. By the way, tomorrow we are still going to announce the giveaway recipient for the iPad that I'm giving away in conjunction with GoToMeeting. That's right. Our Locker Gnome Daily Report is brought to you by GoToMeeting with HD Faces, and if you want to meet with each other and not actually have to be in the same room, you would use something like GoToMeeting with a suite of tools that you can't get anywhere else, including being able to record that meeting, and that's kind of nice. And I use GoToMeeting to talk with my Vlogger Fair cohorts, and in fact, I don't know if you've noticed, but the Vlogger Fair website has been updated. We've got our headliners posted, including iJustine, Charles Trippy, Shay Carl. We also have Soldier Knows Best, John for Lakers. I announced these people the other day in a Pirillo vlog. I don't know if you guys are watching those. Hopefully you are. You don't need to be a vlogger to come. You could be a person who loves watching vlogs, or you just want to come to an event where we're going to have fun. Oh, and by the way, we also have Boyfriend versus Girlfriend coming as well. Didn't have a chance to get that up on the website right away, but it's certainly on our registration page. So hopefully we'll see you at Vlogger Fair in Seattle this summer, June 8th and 9th. More information, of course, on vloggerfair.com. So anyway, I meet with people on GoToMeeting, and including the Vlogger Fair folks. So in order to qualify for that giveaway, you still have a chance. Head over to Twitter and tell the world what you would meet with me about on our GoToMeeting if we were to have one. Use the hashtag Pirillo iPad and the hashtag GoToMeeting, and that's what you have to have in your tweet to qualify. That's it. Just tell me what you'd want to meet about. That video will be recorded and uploaded to this YouTube channel. Thanks again to Citrix for providing that iPad that will be one of yours eventually. I mean, because we have to ship it. Okay, so what else is going on in the world today? Quite a few things. Facebook is apparently rolling out a new design. I mean, they seem to change their design like every other week, which is fine by me. I mean, I like fresh looks on Facebook. It's kind of getting a little old. I enjoy Facebook. I just wish they would fix a bug that they would never claim is a bug. The one where you have to toggle the setting between viewing the most recent posts or, let's say, the ones that Facebook thinks are the most important. And I always change that setting to the most recent. I want to see everything that my friends or the pages that I follow post on Facebook, and I don't think Facebook is addressing that. They're just making the column wider to accommodate larger thumbnails for photos and videos, which is fine, cool. I love videos too. But they're also making it better for advertisers, people who actually spend money on Facebook. I do. I spend money on Facebook. I buy promoted posts all the time. That's how I got the word out and made sure I got the word out about the party that I'm emceeing with AMD tonight. It was really easy to do and relatively affordable, and plus, it's a project that I'm involved in, so of course I want everybody to find out about it. Why else would you like someone on Facebook unless you wanted to know everything that they were up to? Because I just assume that maybe I'm crazy. So we have an article on lockergnome.com. This is Diana's iPad, which apparently has not been used, at least the web browser, since CES, the last time I pulled it onto the show. What do you mean, yay? Is an iPhone 5 upgrade really necessary? And the details are here in the article, but to me, it's not. honestly. If you're happy with your current iPhone, it's doing everything you want it to do, stick with it. If you're happy with your current smartphone, by all means, stick with it. Now, if you've got an iPhone 5 and you're thinking, should I get the next iPhone? Well, there's really no telling what that next iPhone is going to be. Likely something called an iPhone 5S if, the previous generation's names are any indicator. Probably a few upgrades that would be involved with the iPhone, but is it going to be worth it? I don't know. I doubt it if you have an iPhone 5. I said this in yesterday's TLDR. It's okay to not upgrade every generation of a smartphone. Even if you love that smartphone, even if you love the platform, just stick with what you got until it stops giving you what you want from it. And that's really something that I wish more people would talk about. I know everyone loves discussing the latest and greatest stuff, but sometimes it almost sounds like we're encouraging the entire world to upgrade with every revision, and that's certainly not the case with me. I would not recommend doing that. Despite the lament of many of those manufacturers. So we have a new deal posted on deals.lockergnome.com today as well. The BodyGuardz bumps with a microphone, not just and I was going to say free shipping as well. But this is on sale, 36% discount, so it's only $19 if you're looking for good earbuds. You may take a look. Ian has replacement tips in case your ear gets bigger or smaller over time, or it gets gummed up with wax. Go ahead, do this. What do you mean, ew? No, do this, hun. It sounds like Pac-Man. No, really. Are you doing it yet? It sounds like you're playing Pac-Man. You gotta do. So, moving along. We've got a few other things that we have been sharing on social media as well, including tablets now taking a greater global share of web page views over smartphones, according to Adobe's Digital Index report. And that was actually kind of surprising. As I mentioned before, Diana apparently doesn't use her web browser on her iPad. She uses her iPad, though. I use my smartphone to browse web pages when I'm on the go. I guess I don't use tablets as much, other than at home. I don't use tablets on the road. I really don't. That's why I didn't even bring mine with me here. So that was kind of surprising metrics to come out of Adobe, and I don't know how they're measuring it exactly, but certainly I'd be interested in knowing, does that reflect your usage with tablets and smartphones? Do you browse the web more on tablets than you do your smartphone, if you have a smartphone, that is? Record labels object to Apple's proposed 6 cents per 100 songs royalty rate for streaming service. No surprise. It's going to become increasingly competitive. As we mentioned the other day, Google is now looking into that with YouTube, doing a music streaming service. Of course, there's Pandora, Spotify, and a handful of others that people love. I don't have a service that I absolutely must use. I'm fine with switching to whichever service is the most affordable, whichever offers the best selection in relation to their pricing structure. It's one of the reasons I dropped Rhapsody a few years ago after using it for quite some time. But yeah, someone's got to spend money, right? If you're getting the service for free, someone's got to pay the artist royalties. And even if you're paying for this service, and I imagine if Apple rolls out some kind of music streaming service, they're going to charge you for it, which would be interesting to see how many people would adopt it, say, over using Pandora or Spotify. The original Angry Birds are now free on iOS, not the app that was free, because that still is free. The one that used to cost money on the iPad and the iPhone is now free. You would still have to pay for in-app upgrades, but you are no longer needing to spend money on the Angry Birds app itself, the outright, if you didn't spend money on it already. In fact, the reason why they're probably doing this is they're slipping in the rankings. There's a lot of competition out there, and Angry Birds, while fun, they couldn't last forever. So I'm happy that they went this route because people may have still wanted to get the Angry Birds app, but weren't willing to spend 99 cents. Some people are really that cheap. I don't understand. If you play a game and you love playing the game, 99 cents, it's a drop in a bucket. It's nothing in the grand scheme of things, especially, again, if you love that app. And hopefully, speaking of loving apps, you've downloaded the free LockerGnome application for iOS and Android, working on a few bugs, including optimizing the app for the iPhone 5 screen. That bug fix will hopefully be rolling out soon. You can download it from those app stores. LockerGnome is what you can get. I've got it right here. Actually, I can pull it up. Got the smartphone with me. Duh. I had it plugged in because I was keeping it charged up because when we leave to go to the party here in another half hour, I wanted to make sure I was fully juiced. Looking for the app icon. There we go. I just want to see who the top user is today at random. I press the top user star. It's a little icon there. Daily. Let's see here. It looks like One Dope Bloke is our top user for the Locker Gnome app today. Thank you, One Dope Bloke. Indeed, you are, according to me. The ASUS Transformer AIO will marry Windows 8 desktop with a monster Android tablet. Wow, you want to talk about, what would that be? Hybrid's not even the right word for it. I mean, is that a monstrosity? Do people want that? Would you want a Windows 8 PC and an Android tablet all in one? Would that be usable? Well, I suppose if you dual booted, that would make sense. I don't think you really want to run them side by side. Or maybe if you flipped it over, I don't know. How would you want to use a device like that? If you would want to use a device like that in general. Let's see here. What else do we have? This is, speaking of Android, interesting news. Android accounted for 79% of mobile malware in 2012. 96% in Q4 alone. That's according to F-Secure. They've been in the security industry as far as computers are concerned for quite a while, certainly longer than I've even been using computers. And for them to report this, that's big news. iOS, if you were curious, clocks in at 0.7%. So it's still there, but 0.7% versus 79%, yikes. So if you're using Android, just be careful what you download and install and decide to do with your phone. You're free to do with the phone whatever you want to do with it. I'm just saying, you got to be careful when it comes to this stuff. So let's see here. Any other things to cover? Oh, why don't we do some questions of the day? Brought to you by GoDaddy.com. If you want to save money on GoDaddy purchases, just email me first, chris@Pirillo.com. I will send you my latest list of coupons. Our first question comes in from Class and Tech. Why is it that people want a 3G, 4G networking iPod Touch in the future? Well, probably because they don't want to be strapped to a carrier plan. They don't want to pay as much as they would for an iPhone, right? And part of that, it comes with the carrier plans and subsidies and what have you. So I don't know if Apple's ever going to roll out a 3G/4G iPod Touch because that might cannibalize their iPhone sales, and I don't think they're going to want to do that unless they made other delineating differences between the two, like dramatically different differences between the two. I don't think they're going to bring 3G, 4G to the iPod or to the iPod Touch line at any point in the near future. I could be wrong, but it would just seem to me that it potentially could cut into other sales. Of course, some people would say the same thing about the iPad Mini versus the regular iPad cutting into sales, and it really hasn't at all because they're two different form factors. One's smaller, one's larger, one's less powerful, one's more powerful, different screens. There are dramatic differences between the two, largely related to screen size, not so much with the screen size on the iPod Touch and the iPhone 5. Harold asks, do you support the EFF's fight against so-called patent trolls? I do. I think patent trolls are wasting a lot of time and a lot of money. In fact, I appreciate the legislation coming through suggesting that if a patent troll takes someone to court over a patent, they have to pay the fees. And I think that's the right way to do it. I mean, if you believe in the patent that much, well, then you need to put your own money on the line. And software patents, by the way, that's software patents. Hopefully you like this video. Do this with the video. Do this for software patents. Do you think we will be using Google's new Google Plus sign-in? Okay, so this is a good question. Again, on lockergnome.net, link in this video's description. What this user is referring to is Google having rolled out something that Facebook's had for a while where you could log into a website using your Facebook account. I use that all the time. In fact, I use Facebook more for logging into other websites than I use the website logins themselves because it's easier just click a button and automatically be logged in. I'm always logged into Facebook anyway on the desktop. So on the desktop in a web browser, it's easy enough to press either button. However, what I appreciate most about using iOS at this point as a primary mobile device is that I can tap a login to Facebook button on a website and it'll pop over to the Facebook app. I don't have to type in anything, and I would probably have to do that. I would have to re-add credentials on my system in order, with every app that I authenticated with a Google Plus account until Apple supports Google authentication like they have Twitter and Facebook. When they do, it'll be a more easy decision for me to make, but until then, I'll stick with Facebook for logging into sites because it's just easier. Tap, done. And Google's trying to do the same thing. It's just that it'll work better if you use Android and you plan on using Android as a primary device. But living cross-platform, I got to go with the lowest common denominator. And at this point, that's Facebook. I might use it if there's no Facebook option available. In fact, I probably would. I'd rather control sites through another login rather than having to have 30 billion logins scattered across the web. So there you go. Today's Locker Gnome Daily Report, TLDR, the Locker Gnome Daily Report. Or I guess it could be today's Locker Gnome Daily Report, TLDR. I know, too long, didn't read. And hopefully you guys read the things that I write on Twitter and Facebook and Google+. And well, you don't really have to read anything on Instagram. You've subscribed to the Locker Gnome email newsletter, assumedly, and you've remembered to like and share this video with other people. Be cool. Hopefully we'll be able to meet each other one day if we're not able to meet each other at the AMD party tonight, filled with gaming and PC mods, a whole bunch of geeks getting together. Kind of like Vlogger Fair. We'll be vlogging geeks. Why don't you join us? Come on. You know you want to. Would you want to meet me? Do they even want to meet me in person in real life? I don't. In person in real life. Could I have repeated myself any more? They want to meet you? You want to meet Diana? Really? That's how you're going to play it? Fine, whatever. You can meet Diana too. We'll see you later.